Hey guys, welcome to episode 10 of completing the WGU computer science degree. My name is Ryan and it has been about 3 weeks since my last video, and in this video I will be talking about the two courses that I've completed so far. The first course is Data Management Foundations and the second course is Data Management Applications. And those two courses were pretty easy and I was able to go through them fairly fast because the kind of course material overlaps with each other. So since they're both data management courses, completing one kind of completes the other. So I felt that I did pretty good in those two courses and the exams that I took in my sort of studying routine. And I could take you guys over to my monitor and kind of review the actual material. So I'll do that now. So if I log in here, I am feeling pretty good right now because my term is about to end and I have completed quite a few courses in this first term. I got most of the bulk completed, like most of the bulk of the hard courses completed right over here, and now I'm just kind of completing the easy courses. Since I only have about 13 days left, I'm kind of like speeding up the pace. So if I open up Data Management Foundations, I always kind of recommend, kind of similar to one of my last videos, I always recommend actually reviewing the pre-assessment and reviewing the course chatter. If you actually look at some of these course chatters, you'll actually find the some advice that I actually leave behind. So the advice that I'll leave is actually under Ryan K, and you could actually read what I actually advise for this tip on like passing the final exam. So that's pretty much in half the courses that I've taken, and if I actually open up the course itself, similar to all of the other previous courses, they are the same structure. They are on U-Certify, and I kind of just went through them one by one for the each module. So there's about 7 modules in Data Management Foundations, and I don't really look at the appendix because this isn't actually tested. And each module is fairly easy to kind of review. It gets a little bit tricky once it actually like starts explaining like a whole bunch of detail. This could kind of be overwhelming, but what I actually did for studying for this exam, for instance, was I looked at the pre-assessment first, and I looked at all the practice exams and material first before actually studying for this course. And once I got a fair idea of what is actually going to be tested on, that is kind of my sort of compass and reviewing the material, and I was able to go through all this in about a week and a half, pretty much, just because I had that reference rather than kind of memorizing all the vocab and all the structure. Same thing kind of applies to data management applications. Go back here. Data management applications is awesome as a course to take after Data Management Foundations. It really had almost 60 to 70% of the material overlapping with the first course, but the additional like 40% of the material that I had to learn, that material is kind of tough in all honesty. So Module 1 and Module 2 was covered in Data Management Foundations, but Module 3 and Module 4 kind of introduced new stuff. And Module 5 and Module 6 I kind of skipped because I didn't think it was relevant to the exam. The exam really kind of focused on SQL stuff. So if I kind of look at advanced SQL, I'd say about maybe like 80% of the exam is based purely on SQL, and this course really introduces some more complex SQL commands like joins, views, indexes, certain ways to kind of like filter and select results, subqueries, and additional stuff. So this kind of just goes all the way down the list, and there's quite a bunch of commands to memorize, but not all of it's really tested, only like the core essentials are. So I kind of passed the exam fairly well for this course with a decent buffer. I think it was like, I think I got like an 80 on it. Yeah, I got an 80. It's kind of lower than all my other previous courses, but there were some like really tricky wording problems with like how to do like keys and stuff and queries, so I kind of messed up on them. but the other areas I did fairly well on. So that is my degree plan, and that is how things have been going so far. And the last course that I am going to be taking is software engineering. Now this course is really, really confusing. I have looked at like a whole bunch of the course chatter, and I've looked at the Reddit posts on this course, and they said that this course is pretty much like designed to trip you up. It's got basically a couple of rubric guidelines on it, but the actual like requirements on like what they actually want you to do for the course, like it goes pretty deep into like the introduction, background, expectations, user requirements, management requirements, reporting requirements, all these requirements on building a software or a program. And then I have to kind of use this template that they give me to kind of fill out each section one by one. Now, I haven't really looked at this course that deeply, but from what I can understand, from what other people are saying, is that it's very easy to kind of go down the rabbit hole in this course and kind of answer every single proposal, answer every single question. For this course, I think the best approach that I got for it is to kind of approach it as like a high-level overview on how to actually build like a piece of software, kind of meeting these requirements, rather than trying to, try and detail and nitpick on every single area. Because I think that if I kind of go into like the really specifics for writing of this software, I could build something that's like 50 pages long in terms of like explaining how everything works. Well, I think 10 pages could do if I just keep it like high level. So that is the course. This course that I'm doing, software engineering, is the course that I am going to be focusing on for these last week and a half, and then after that, I will be pretty much wrapping up term one, and term one is going to pretty much be locked and loaded, and I will have term two left, which is going to contain all of the core essential programming courses, the two really hard courses, which is structured query language and introduction to artificial intelligence. A course that I've heard is really, really like difficult to go through, which is business of IT applications and software quality assurance. And then lastly, the computer science capstone. So all of these courses are actually fairly difficult in their own unique way, just from reading the comments on it. And I have to say that I'm lucky that I got this all pushed into term two, with all these sort of courses out of the way. And I look forward to that. That kind of brings me into today. I sent. I'm going to be finishing software engineering for the rest of the week and a half that I have left, and that course should be fairly simple, fairly okay. And on another note, today happens to be a really special day because I got an email from the Georgia Tech Online Masters of Computer Science program saying that my decision is available. Oh my god, there's like so much writing on this right now. I can't believe it. Okay, so I don't know how to like split screens, but I guess I'll just read it. Ryan, thank you for submitting your application to Georgia Institute of Technology, College of Computing. Your decision will be available after 5 p.m. today. Retrieve your decision via the portal with additional steps. Okay, so let me open this up. Okay, logging into my account on Apply Web. Okay, decision. Okay, view your decision later. All right, so before I click on this, I do have to say that if I do get accepted, that is awesome, and I'm going to be super proud of myself and super happy, but I also have to contain that excitement because getting accepted is the easy part, but graduating is the hard part. A lot of people get accepted into grad school, but maybe 20% to 30% sometimes in their program don't actually make it all the way because it's actually really difficult. So even if I do get accepted, that's just one step to getting the actual diploma. I don't actually have the diploma yet, so it's not getting accepted, it's actually getting out of the program. That matters the most. View your decision letter. I'm really happy. Yes. Okay. As you can see here that I got accepted into the program. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Congratulations on behalf of the College of Computing at Georgia Institute of Technology. I am delighted to recommend you for admission to our online offering of the Master of Science program in Computer Science for the semester beginning spring 2020. The specialization is going to be in machine learning. So this is really cool. This is really nice. I do have to say right now, I feel like a baller. If I had some champagne, I would be like popping it off, and the cork would be flying all over the place, and I'd be like, you know, screaming and being like, yeah. I don't have any way to kind of express how much of a journey it has been this past year to actually kind of teach myself programming. It's a lot of work, a lot of hurdles to overcome. This kind of just lets me know that there are going to be even bigger hurdles, bigger obstacles, bigger challenges in the future. But every single time I go through a challenge, and every single time I kind of complete a programming puzzle, I get just a little bit better and just a little bit more strengthened in my skills. So that's really nice. And that is pretty much that for this video. Tomorrow and for the rest of the week, I will be going back to the software engineering course and get that finished up for term 1. So thank you guys for checking out this video. It has been about 10 episodes since my first video. I will see you guys a couple weeks from now when term 2 begins, and I'll probably be tackling one of the programming courses then.